Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Jerome Strickland channel. We are glad to have you back today. Hope all is well with you today. Yes. Hope all is good with you. We are back with the shaky camera video. I should name this channel the shaky camera. That's because I'm walking. But yes, we are back with another video. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedule, taking time out of their busy day to hear what this humble man, I sound prideful by saying I'm humble, but what this average man has to say. I'm not average, nobody's really average. Everybody's just who they are, and they're special in their own way. Yes. But anyway, I want to come back with another video. Like I said, I want to thank everybody for coming back. I'm not going to hold y'all long today. I'm going to keep my videos between 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes, just depending on how the flow is. I mean, if the spirit of the I am begins to flow, then I'm going to record as long as it's flowing. So, yes. Today I want to talk about something that you may have heard before, or a concept that you may have heard before. Oh, by the way, we're at a little park out here. Can't see them behind those trees, but it's a baseball game going on over there. People are being active. People are being creative. You hear that? They're not allowing a bunch of stupidity to stop them from living. Yes, I call it stupidity because it is stupid, and you have to be deaf, dumb, blind. You have to be deaf, dumb, and blind not to see the stupidity of what's going on. No offense if a person is deaf, dumb, or blind, but I said that to make a point, how obvious all this is. But apparently, some people are still in their stupor, in their sleep, and they have been mesmerized, hypnotized in the fear. And some people are so embedded and so deep into this fear that it's very hard and very difficult to break free. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you some techniques. It's about shifting your reality. Some people, I don't think anybody wants to be in fear. A lot of people can actually see through this, but they're so embedded in fear. They're so overcome by fear that they can't break free. Well, I'm going to give you some reality shifting techniques today, and hopefully this will help your life. Look at that. They're doing a normal, that's a big old X in the sky. Look at these chemtrails. They're running the chemtrails. But anyway, yes, they're doing, so I'm going to teach you some reality shit. It's a very simple technique, and hopefully it'll work for you. It's done great for me. And if you're in this fear frequency, if you're in this fear situation that you're in, you can't break free from. I know a lot of people say, I would like to stop being afraid, but I can't. I would like to stop wearing this mask, but it's too much fear on me because of the narrative. Every time I try to break free from this fear, the thoughts and the maybes and the might be's will start creeping up in my mind. I understand. Well, I'm gonna give you some techniques on how to break free from that today. And this is a concept you might have heard before, but I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've heard it in this way before. I'm gonna give it to you in a different way. So today I'm going to talk about the three covenants. The three covenants. Once you implement these three covenants and make them active in your life, you are well on your journey to overcoming fear and creating your reality, co-creating your reality with God, the universe, the great I am that is within you. That's what it's all about. We are co-created heirs and joint heirs with the great I am. So first I want to talk about a covenant. Covenant, contract. I like to say the word covenant because it's more of a personal thing. A contract is like with two business, it's more business like when you say contract. But a covenant is a type of agreement between two people or entities that love one another and want the best for one another. See, a covenant says, I want the best for you. And it also says, you want the best for me. We make a covenant with each other to help each other out, to make our lives stronger and better. That's the way I see a covenant. But don't you know, you can make a covenant with yourself, the own members of your body. You can make a covenant. And so I want to talk, there's more to it, but I want to talk about the three main covenants that you can make with yourself. Not with anybody else, but with yourself. And the I am that is within you is in agreement with these covenants. And once you make this covenant, you probably have to renew this covenant on a regular basis. Maybe even every day till you get used to it. But once you make these three covenants, your life will begin to change. Your life will be on track to a better place. Who doesn't want to be in a good place in their life? A really good place. I want to be in a good place where I got all that I need, where I got a circle of loved ones around me, where I'm free, where I'm abundant, where I'm wealthy, and I'm sharing in my wealth and abundance, and others are sharing in their wealth and abundance with me. And more important than anything, there's love in my life. There's love in my reality. There's wealth and abundance. Don't you want that? I know sometimes we gotta have challenges and stuff to make us better. And we gotta have challenges ourselves to kind of weed out and bring to the surface those things that need to be brought to the surface in us. I'm not against that. But all in all, the truth is we want a better life. We want to live a good life. We want to enjoy our life. We want to enjoy being in this body, in this reality. Don't buy into that concept that and I bought into it a couple of times, that this reality is just a big test and it's a big trial and it's a prison and we just gotta try to make it through, and that creates a frequency of not enjoying yourself, not enjoying your life. That creates a frequency of lack and not being abundant. This is a slave planet and all this other stuff. We're in a dome, and I mean, that stuff might be true and it may not. So what are these covenants I'm talking about? The three covenants. And the best time to do this, and like I said, you may have to renew this on a daily basis till you get really good at it. Then you can get to the way where you can only do it you only have to do it every other day. But yes, the three covenants. Are you ready? Here we go. You make a covenant with these three aspects of yourself. Make a covenant with your eyes. You make a covenant with your ears. And you make a covenant, most important of all, with your mouth. Yes, you make a covenant with your eyes that you will not look upon anything that is not in alignment with the reality that you want to create. In other words, if you're looking at things that is not in agreement with the reality that you want to create, You by default creating those things because you're looking at it. Like the news, for example, the mainstream media. Most people get off work. The first thing they do is go home, turn on the news. That's the first thing they do. As soon as they wake up in the morning, they pull their phone out and check their news feeds. They're watching the news. They're watching all these people walking around with masks on. They're watching the fear frequency, the other people in fear frequency. And so they're looking at this, not knowing they should make a covenant with their eyes. I didn't say ignore them, but just look for things like the beauty. Look at this. This is what I look for. Stuff like this, beautiful things. The fresh air. There's nothing wrong with this air out here. Don't let these people fool you into thinking something's wrong with the air. These people got you in this fear frequency. The air is fresh and clean. The air is beautiful. God created it that way. It's too wide open out here for anything to be floating around and just jumping on people. Look at this wide open space here. Look at this. But anyway, make a covenant with your eyes to only look up on things that are in agreement with the reality that you want to create. Somebody says, oh, that don't work. That might not work. Or that won't work. Try it. Before you knock it, try it. Yes. Secondly, make a covenant with your ears that you will not listen to anything that is not in agreement or in alignment with the reality that you want to create. That goes back to the mainstream media, the news, the fear-mongering news that are catering to sheep. They cater their message to sheep. Just looking for some type of leadership that can't think for themselves. They just want to be told what to think, what to do, what to understand, and all this other stuff. That's what a sheep mentality does. A sheep mentality wants other people to think for it. And so, a person that thinks for themselves don't need the news. They don't need somebody telling them what to think. You see, a true, highly spiritual being can feel the truth. Yes, you can feel the truth. You can feel when something's true. If you're not in a high frequency and a high vibration, you won't be able to do this. You just buy into the narrative. And so, I got some people right there. But anyway, they're like they're cleaning out the bathroom. So I'm kind of walking. So you make a covenant with your eyes that you won't look up on anything that is not in agreement or in alignment with the reality that you want to create. You make a covenant with your ears that you will not listen to anything that is not in alignment or in agreement with the reality that you want to create. This is a manifestation technique. This isn't hoodoo, voodoo. This isn't wishful thinking. This actually works. But it's challenging because the world is trying to present. See, you know, what we are dealing with is a consciousness war. They are trying very hard to penetrate your subconscious. Once they penetrate your subconscious, you begin to notice and you begin to create from your subconscious evidence of whatever's been penetrated, and you're trying to impregnate your subconscious. And the baby is the reality that is created from it. And so this is why you have the inundation of so much. And somebody asked me the other day, why are they doing this? Because they're not right. I don't know how else to put it. When somebody's not right, when their spirit is not right, they do not unright things, unrighteous things. And so When someone has low self-esteem, when someone is not very strong, they like to control others. When someone is very insecure, they try to deal with their insecurity by trying to control others. And that's what you see. You see people who are using mind magic, mind manipulation, and perception magic. Perception magic, if I can create enough people, if I can create a target population, probably 75 to 80, if I can at least keep the target population, at least 75 to 80% of the population in fear, then I got them. And so this is where this is World War III. It's perception war. It's the war on your mind. The war for the minds of the people. See how they got these, look at these chemtrails. It's the reason why they call them chemtrails, because they got chemicals in them. Yes. And so, this is a perception war. This is a war on your consciousness to try to steer the consciousness of the target population in a certain direction. Ultimately, to make the population more controllable. You see, right now, people are very creative. People are very insightful. People are in control of their minds and in control of what they want to do with their lives and what they want to do with themselves. We're not cattle. We don't need to be tagged and put in a barn somewhere. No, we are free-thinking, free spirits. This is why free-spirited people choose not to wear no mask. You know, they mad at us for not wearing a mask, and we mad at them for wearing a mask, because we see where it's going for the ones that's wearing a mask. The ones that's wearing a mask don't seem to see where it's going. They think we just paranoid. No, we're not paranoid. We can see where it's going. And so, as we do this, as you continue to make these, as you make these covenants with your ears and your eyes, here's the thing. You create your reality. You begin to create a reality that is in alignment with what you want. You simply focus on the things that you want. You simply focus on the life that you want to live. You simply focus on the life that you want to create. Yes. And so, you make a covenant with your eyes. You make a covenant with your ears. And last but not least, you make a covenant with your mouth that you will not speak anything that is not in alignment or agreement. How you doing? That's not in alignment or agreement with what you want to manifest into your reality. And so many people are doing just the opposite of this. They're looking at things that they don't want to, that they shouldn't be looking at. They're listening to things that they shouldn't be listening to. And they're speaking things that they shouldn't be saying. And then they wonder why their reality is the way it is. Yes. I'm going to tell you why their reality is the way it is. Because they have not made these 3 covenants. So I'm going to tell you how the best way to do this. When you get up in the morning, or before you go to bed at night, either way, you can try to see which one works best for you. But when you get up in the morning, before you check your news feeds, before you start doing stuff in your day, meditate Go into your meditation closet or in your room, wherever place you set aside to go meditate. And while you're in there, make a covenant with your eyes. Say, today, I will not look upon anything that is not in alignment or in agreement with the reality that I want to create. Make that covenant. Make a real covenant. Say it out loud. Speak it and feel it when you say it. Don't just go through the motions, but really feel this when you say it. Make a covenant with your eyes. And so you make up in your mind today that I'm not going to be just looking at stuff. I'm not going to go to my news feed. I'm not going to be looking at stuff. I'm not going to be looking at all of these mask wearers walking around trying to create a perception that something's in the air. That's all it is. They're trying to create a perception. And if they can create this perception that something's in the air and it penetrates your subconscious, then you'll begin to notice evidence of it. But so they're using these mask wearers as minions to try to create a perception. That's what it is. So, but if you make a covenant with your eyes, and this is not easy, because they will present things in front of you almost like without even, you don't even have to be looking for something, and it will present it. Like some of your jobs have bought in, are going along with the narrative. Why? And see, these corporations and these jobs, you got to understand these corporations and these jobs. Wherever your job, you know your job, how they talking. You know how they talking on your job. Listen to how they talking. And you sitting there shaking your head like, what are these people thinking? So what it is, and then, you know, the V word, I can't say it. It begins with a V. And so they promoting that. And I think for the most part, these corporations could care less if you take the V. They could care less. But because they're being pressured by these organizations, and so they have to pretend like they all into it and stuff. It's a business decision on their part. So when you get up in the morning, make a covenant with your eyes. Make a real covenant now, not a going through the motions covenant, but a real covenant with it that I'm not going to look up on anything, and it's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy, but the more you do it, and you have to shift your focus, you have to shift your eyes. They're going to present things in front of your face. You could just be walking, minding your own business, and somebody with a mask on will walk right into your line of sight, almost like they're doing it on purpose. Secondly, while you're in your meditation room, make a covenant with your ears. You got people, I was in the post office today, and it's these secondhand conversations that people be talking. Somebody was standing behind me and they started to pour on the narrative. It was almost like a script. Like they had a script that they had to do. And I don't know if they was doing it because I was there. So they started pouring on this narrative. So I simply got on the phone with my mom and started talking to her to shift my focus from their conversation, because they were spewing fear out of their mouth. You see, I made a covenant with my ears that I wasn't gonna listen to that mess. Yes. So make a real covenant with your eyes and your ears. The most important of all, you make a covenant with your mouth. The mouth is the make or break in all of this. What you speak out into this atmosphere, out into this reality, you speak it enough and you put feeling and belief behind it, it will begin to take shape. So I said from the beginning, I don't believe none of this mess. It's a bunch of mess. It's a bunch of trickery. And I can't say out what I'm talking about, but you feel what I'm talking about. So, as the most important thing, you have to make a covenant with your mouth that you will not speak anything that you are not in agreement with or not in alignment with the reality that you want to create. Yes. Do this. Do this. Because, excuse me, you are a co-creator with God, Source, the All. You don't have to beg God. You don't have to fall and plead God to help you. God, why won't you help me? All this stuff. No. God says, gosh, you're a co-creator. The reason I'm not helping you because I've already helped you. I'm waiting on you to co-create. All you got to do is speak it into existence. All you got to do is focus on the things that you want. All you got to do is listen to the narrative of the way you want your reality to be. All you got to do is look upon the things that you want in your reality. And all you got to do is speak it. The reason why God is not helping you because he's already helped you by allowing you to be an heir and joint heir with him. The great I am that is within you, peering out through your eyes, listening through your ears. And it's going to create whatever it is you give your attention to. So up until this point, many of you have been giving your attention to the news. You've been giving your attention to this mainstream narrative. And now you wonder why you struggle with creating. If you focus on lack and you focus on poverty, you look on things that are poverty, and you look on things that are filled with poverty, and you listen to things that are filled with poverty, and you speak poverty, guess what you're going to get? Right. But if you look up on things that are wealth and abundance, and you listen to things that are filled with wealth and abundance, and you speak wealth and abundance, guess what you're going to get? Right. If you want love in your life, and you looking at all the negativity in the opposite sex, and you listening to all the negativity in the opposite sex, and you speaking all the negativity in the opposite sex, guess what you're gonna get? What you look, listen, and speak, it is the very three things that create your reality: the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is your creation. These are your creation tools: looking, listening, and speaking. Once you understand this concept, that this is how you create your reality, you will begin to create your reality. Yes. And there are enemies out there that want you to create their reality for them. They want you to create the reality that they want. And so it's this thing called collective consciousness. Collective consciousness of fear. A collective consciousness of the slave-minded mob, of the slave-minded people. Create a collective consciousness of slavery. This is why I don't have nothing personal against the ones that believe in the narrative. I don't have nothing personal against them. I don't have nothing personal against someone wearing a mask. But on a reality level, they're my enemies. They are my enemies. Because they're trying to create a perception that there's something really out there, and when there really isn't. By wearing that mask, it's trying to get you to look at it. They're walking in your line of sight. They're speaking secondhand conversation, you know, where you overhear them talking about stuff. It's all done by design. I feel like it's all done by design in order to create a perception in you. And see, that's what it's the perception. Okay, if somebody want to be cognitive dissonant over there. Don't bring it into my space and be cognitive dissonant, because I understand the rules of the mind. I know what the rules of the mind are. I know what the universal law of mind, that all is mental. That all is mental. I think that's the first or second universal law. It might be the first. If you look in the universal laws, that's like the first or second law, that all is mental. So if all is mental, and they know the laws of the mind, they create a mentality in you. They create a mentality on this earth to bring about their reality of control. Microchipping and all this other stupid stuff. And you know, why people can't see, some people can see through it, and why some people can't see through the stupidity, you know, is beyond me. Because you got to look at this. It's so obvious. You're like, how can anybody be that stupid? How can anybody be that stupid? Even Forrest Gump can see through it. You know, so what I'm saying is this. Make a covenant with your eye. And you can do this right before bed. You can do this when you first wake up. But I'm just saying, make this a practice in your everyday life. You might not notice a change right away. A lot of this stuff, a lot of these universal laws that you see, a lot of these things, when you learn universal laws, especially like the all is mental, all is mind, once you learn this, it don't begin to work just at the snap of a finger. But if you practice the law of mind, the law of creating your reality through your mind by looking and listening and speaking the reality that you want, once you learn this and practice it, you will begin to notice over time your reality will begin to take shape. And you are literally shifting realities. You're shifting reality by what you're looking at, listening to, and speaking. You might not, because you're like, oh, that stuff don't work. That's a bunch of hoodoo, voodoo stuff. I ain't listen to all that voodoo. I'm going to go to church, listen to my pastor. My pastor don't say it, then if my pastor didn't say it, then I don't believe it. I wait on him to see what he do, and whatever he do, that's what I do. That's my shepherd, and I'm a sheep. I see, okay. He's your shepherd, and you're his sheep. Whatever he do, you do. In other words, you don't think for yourself. Whatever the news say do, that's what I do. See, you can feel the truth. True light beings can literally feel the truth in the air. And the light beings they can feel the untruth. You can't explain it, it's just there. But anyway, I'm gonna get ready to end this video. Like I said, I keep it around 30 minutes. I just got a low battery notification. I never realized how much battery life these cameras take up. I mean, I had like over half a battery, and I'm already down to a low battery. Anyway, remember this, do this, practice this for a long time. Just make it a part of your daily routine. Making a covenant, excuse me, with your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. To only look upon things, to only listen to things, and to only speak things that is in alignment and agreement with the reality that you want to create. And in doing so, you become a co-creator with God, the universe, the all, the great I am that is within you. Because this outer world is really just basically what you've been focusing on, what you've been looking at, listening to, and speaking. And once you realize that, you can shift your reality and start looking, listening, and start speaking your life into existence. Life is all good. Life is not bad. Life is, you know, you ever heard that saying, life is what you make it? Life is literally what you make it. You can make it a beautiful place and a beautiful thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are life lessons that we must learn, and there's some stuff that we gotta, get out of our, and let those things run their course. They're just running their course. The problems of life, all they do, they just come to go. They just, what they call this too shall pass. They just come and pass. They come and they go. Problems come and go. And so you just let them come and you let them go. And don't let them, don't focus on them. Don't speak it. Don't be listening to it. Don't be giving it attention and energy. Just let it come and then let it go. That's what problems do. And let them make you a better person. Learn what you can from them. But in all, You are a co-creator and a joint heir with God, the all, the universe, the great I am, the infinite spirit, many different names. Call what you want. The subconscious mind, the superconscious mind, however you want to address it. I don't think there's no right or wrong terminology, as long as you feel the essence of it. You feel the essence. You key in on the essence of it. You focus in on the essence of it. However you want to terminate. No, I can't tell somebody, oh, your terminology is wrong. It's not this, it's that. You don't know. I don't know. So I use the best terminology I can. But use these covenants. Make a covenant. Do it tonight before you go to bed. Do it in the morning when you wake up. And then when you become conscious of what you're looking at, when you become conscious of what you're listening to, and when you become conscious of what you're speaking, then you can direct your life and direct your reality. God wants us to be joint heirs, co-creators with Him. The universe, the all, the greater. I personally say the great I am that is within me. That's the terminology I use. But you can use whatever terminology you want, as long as you key in on the essence of it. So, yes, I'm gonna end this video before I get cut off. My battery is draining my battery. This camera is draining my battery. I might get another phone soon. But just try that. No, don't just try it. Do it, and you will see. You will see. I'm staking my reputation on it. You will see your reality begin to take shape around you. And like I said, don't expect it to happen overnight. It's got to become a way of life for you. It's got to become a daily practice for you. And once you make this covenant that you are being mindful and conscious of what you're looking at, what you're listening to, and what you're speaking, then your reality will begin to take shape over time. That's all I'm trying to say. It's so simple. It's so simple that people complicate it. The law of attraction, co-creation is not hard at all. Once you learn the law of mind, that all is mental. Yes. I'm Jerome Strickland. I'm gonna let y'all have your day back. Thank y'all for coming to my video. Yes, y'all have a wonderful day. I plan to post another one soon. But remember, make this covenant. Say, today I make a covenant with my eyes that I will not look upon anything that is not in alignment or agreement with the reality that I want to create. Today I make a covenant with my ears that I will not listen to anything that is not in alignment or agreement with the things I want to create into my reality. Today I make a covenant with my mouth that I will not speak anything that is not in agreement or in alignment with the reality that I want to create. I am that I am. Today I make a covenant with my ears that I will not listen to anything that is not in alignment or agreement with anything. I will only listen to things that are in alignment and agreement with the reality I want to create. To me, that's a better way to say it. Today I will only look upon things that are in alignment or agreement with the things I want to create now. Today I will only listen to things that are in alignment and agreement with the things I want to create, with the life I want to create now. Today I will only speak things that are in alignment and agreement with the reality I want to create. To me, that's the better way to say it. I kind of said it the wrong way, because then if I say it the other way, you kind of focus on the negative end of it. And we don't want to focus on any type of, when you're doing this, you can't focus on the negative. So the best way to say it, today I make a covenant with my eyes that I will only look upon things that are in alignment and agreement with the reality that I want to create now. Today I make a covenant with my ears that I only listen to the things I want to create into my reality now. Today I make a covenant with my mouth that I will only speak the things I want to create into my reality now. Say it like that. Do it in the morning, do it at night, do it all throughout the day. Yes. Okay, let me end this video for the camera cut off. I want to thank y'all for coming to this video, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless. See y'all next time. Y'all take care.